Jim, guys, welcome to the new episode. Hades speaking. Today we're gonna deep dive into the market. We'll take a look at some charts, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a couple of other altcoins. Let's see how they are looking. In front of us, we see Bitcoin on the daily time frame. There was a crash on the 5th of June, Thursday, caused by Trump and Elon conflict, and they were discussing that their relationship is most likely over. Elon even shared and spilled some pretty crucial information and tweeted that Trump is in the Epstein files, which is very interesting. Elon decided that he will introduce a political party, so then many meme coins about that were also flying. Now the name hasn't been disclosed, but just speculation and degens working on several things. So now looking at his timeline, actually there's not much information as he posts a lot. America Party was his proposal, the America Party, so that those coins were flying, basically he tweets a lot, so this conflict is most likely deleted. He also deleted the information about him and the Epstein files from Trump. So let's see how it goes. As you see, the market already fixed above the low. It marked the low here around 100k, so kind of fished for some stop losses. As you can see, we can mark just the lowest point here before. Usually traders set up some stop losses under, and these stop losses have been taken, so it means there would be some money to be taken here, and boom, the price went exactly underneath, and that means now the liquidity hunt has begun, and price can move forward, so the market makers are very happy. Okay, I marked a couple of levels here of interest on the chart. Here, usually, if you want to open a long position, you would be looking for some wicks, as you can see here at the bottom, and you would try to open a position underneath, right? So that would be the perfect entry. Some other people's stop loss should be your entry. Many stop losses have been here under the low, and boom, perfect buy-in. And then we have a V reversal right there on Bitcoin, and now we're already pumping very hard. So today we're pumping as well. So that's the 4-hour chart. Already big bids coming in on London Open, European time zone. US hasn't opened yet, so we can expect a bit of a dip. Usually on the US Open, the market dips a bit, but it all depends. So yeah, looking at the 1-hour time frame now, it's a bit more detailed. We have to find back to the 4-hour time frame. We'll be looking for some levels of support and resistance. So yeah, usually I just mark it where there's the highest volume. So you can see here there was trading buy, down, sell, and here you have some resistance because the candles here were bouncing. It has been support, it turned into resistance, and now we can take a look. So if you would be riding the long position for a trade, you could probably mark these levels as a sell. I also want to show you on the daily time frame which indicator I use. I use Hull Suit indicator. It's a free indicator for TradingView. You can basically press it. So how I use it, it's marking the trend, showing the trend. So the green obviously is the trend up, then we have red trend down. Okay, so I use it more here. It's as support. So if the price would go somewhere under a little bit or just around, and the candle wouldn't close below, as you can see here, it's a good opportunity to take a bid and ride the wave. But as you can see, it's not always working. So how I use it is usually wait for the band to go over the candle. So here we got into some consolidation phase, as you can see, just in this area, and the band went over the candle, and then the green band, which would mark the uptrend, would be used as resistance. So here I'm seeing, okay, the candle here, it's still bouncing, but I know that the band is going to be faster than the candles if it's not going to pump hard, and it will change into resistance. So basically what you would want to do I mean, what I would do, I didn't take this position, but just use some kind of entry on the short position, right? So let's say you're taking the position, you know that the band is over, and the candle, the price is going into this area of the band, and you would probably want to scale into a short position with a couple of bids to do the dollar cost averaging. There isn't a particular level which you would be targeting. You would just mark the levels like of support here, and probably the price would go. But if you wanted to be more ambitious, you would just mark the level, as I said, under the wick. Okay, so let's give another example showing that this strategy is efficient. This is especially on a bigger time frame. You can see similar stuff is happening here, right? So this is kind of consolidating range, right? But here we have it, right? The price closes under the green band, and boom, you can open a short position and take some profits, right? This wasn't really the mark of a downtrend, but if you would be in for a quick ride, or if you would want to get into the level, so here is the closed candle, so you try to take some position the highest as possible, and boom, 10% profits. Similar case is here, right? Start of the downtrend, so basically the resistance, you're trying to take a position somewhere close to the band, and then you're just riding down the downtrend until proven otherwise. Here, especially good, you had a big uptrend, and then the band went over, the candle closed, and it marked the whole downtrend basically here, right? So it's not a perfect indicator. It won't give you one-on-one, like trading isn't that simple that you would just use one or two indicators, but yeah, Bitcoin is looking good for now today. I'm pretty bullish. I'm seeing that there is some bullish momentum, and we can probably test 108,000, 110. So these are 109,000 for first test. There's also the red band, which is like marking the downtrend. Usually on first try it doesn't break out, so I would expect it to be tested and then probably correct a bit, right? So to test, maybe bounce to the support zone, right? And then we would expect this red band to move over the candles to embrace the next uptrend. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Which other charts am I looking at? Usually I look at market cap dominance, because we're all bullish for the alt season, guys. So we want altcoins to moon. We want the Bitcoin dominance to drop. So now we have the chart on the daily chart. Unfortunately, it's going up. Unfortunately, because it means that Bitcoin is still the king and is still moving as the leader. So if it's pumping, okay, the price is going up, and the dominance is also. It means the market cap of the crypto market is 64% in Bitcoin, right? When we will see it breaking down, we can see more momentum into altcoins. Although altcoins are still performing okay, but yeah, as I said, as you can see on the daily chart, it's pretty high. If we look at the weekly chart, I'm gonna just remove all of the drawings now, so we have a clean chart here. So we have the weekly chart. Okay, weekly chart is showing that there is some levels here of where this dominance would be bouncing off, because you see the action on the left, then there was resistance, then it was kind of consolidating, bounced, and here it bounced again. So we are in a heavy uptrend, stable uptrend since December 22. That's crazy, right? November 22. We had in the January 21st we had a good drop, but since then we're in a Bitcoin market, and we had 3 weeks in November 24th. So we had during the winter, we had the dump, so we had lots of mooners like Vertical AI, Neural, they all went above 100 million. So just a couple of weeks can help us get rich through altcoins, right? But if we're to speak about the real alt season, which everyone expected, I don't know if it will happen. There is a probability that no, because the institutions are buying Bitcoin. They're not so interested in altcoins because of, not safe. But Ethereum Ethereum also depends how Ethereum will perform. If Ethereum will pump, then the market dominance of Bitcoin will drop, right? So we should take a look at these areas, and if we see some candles closing going down, you can also use Hull Shoot for that. As you see, it's marking heavy uptrend. So what I would want to expect the candles to consolidate somewhere here, and then the Hull Shoot to go above, right? Something like this with its uptrend. So maybe just some drop, and then if it dumps, we could go all into altcoins. So let's look at Ethereum now. Lots of lines from my side, lots of indicators. Let's make it simple. Make it simple, stupid. Let's remove all of the drawings, okay? Simple chart, you have the RSI here. I'm also gonna close it. And basically we see the low was marked here. Pretty sure this is the low for this cycle for Ethereum. And we have a couple of levels. Boom, this is the level, right, of resistance. We can mark it with a rectangle. Okay, so I'm marking the support and resistance level. There was strong resistance around here. It's respected. Boom, one place, second place, this level. Then we have again 25 February, and then we have these levels which have been bouncing. So if we manage to close above, right, so if one daily candle closes above this level, I feel we have the open way to 3.5K, then maybe just a all-time high. And I feel that this cycle, maybe after summer, we can see all-time highs for Ethereum. And this will mean Bitcoin dominance drops, altcoins start flying, so positioning yourself in the good ones, which are proven. I already made a video about it, which you can check on my channel to see which one are relatively safe bets and how can bring you good returns. They should do well. Okay, moving on to Solana. Solana basically is consolidating, moving according to plan. So it does the retest here. You always want to look for a retest, right? So you don't want to FOMO in. You want to wait for a retest to take position. The support resistance retest, right? Here it was resistance. You see the line. The price was bouncing. It was bouncing down. Here it found support, and then boom, broke above. Theoretically, this was the retest which you could take position, and then you're riding it for a good ride. And now again, the support has been respected, and the price is curling up. So that's how we are looking. I can see if we're seeing a bullish June, July, we can see Solana 180. Long position to be taken, waiting for retest. You don't want to buy on green candles, but I see many people getting bullish. You want to wait for the dip, maybe around this area to take some bids. Okay, last coin, let's look at Sui. Sui is a layer 1 blockchain, also pretty big hype on it right now. And they had a hack of one liquidity provider, that's why the big crash. But now you can see it's moving well, and it's actually holding strong, So Sui is one of the altcoins I would probably want to accumulate in the bear market. I think it can compete with Ethereum in the future. It has good technology. It's using Move language for their programming language for smart contracts. So that's how I see it. It's forming here a beautiful symmetrical triangle. What happens usually is breaks out and retests, and then it moves above. So Sui also, let's find some support levels. Let's say we have a support level here. As you see, it has been respected. It's never like a line, it's always an area. So when you enter, you should also position yourself for some DCA on leverage. You should have some room for error, right? But let's say this is the level which you would want to take, and the long position could be taken like this, you see? So let's see how Elon and Trump decide to run the cards. But yeah, we're still waiting for the interest rates to drop, and with that we will definitely see more money in the market. Looking at the crypto bubbles, Kaya 19%. I actually don't know what that coin does, but Tau, the AI token, SPX, which I spoke about, is the main meme for Ethereum, would be connected to the SP 500 as the index, American stock index, right? So this one is always performing very well. It's very strong, and I see many smart people bullish on it. People are aping with size. Same for Altcoin, one of the biggest memes on Solana, also mentioned that. Yeah, so memes also are taking off on AVAX and on other chains. So if you haven't yet registered, I recommend you to use Universal app, which I shared a tutorial on. They will have an airdrop, and you can easily trade on any chain through it. You don't have to bridge, right? So just deciding on the chain which you want. There was a good opportunity for Lambo, and that was on AVAX, I believe. So it ran to 25 million very quickly. So make sure to register, click around a bit, and get the airdrop, guys.